Hey, it's Adam, and in this video, I'm going to share with you one key mindset shift that is going to help you attract everything that you could possibly want into your life. I'm talking about more money. I'm talking about higher quality relationships. I'm talking about better sex. I'm talking about having a healthier body and being a happy human being in general. This one key insight, if you understand it, is going to help you transform your entire life. So let's talk about the number one obstacle that is stopping you from attracting what you want into your life. And that obstacle is that you think that you already know how happiness works. And in truth, you don't. And it's not your fault. You never learned this in school. You're not going to see this on TV or on Instagram scrolling through 6Buzz or on YouTube looking at funny cat videos. This information is not part of mainstream culture. So we assume that we already know how happiness works because it's such a fundamental part of life, being happy, that we kind of take it for granted and we don't actually take time to research and study how to actually be happy. And what's so funny and so amazing is that how to be happy is the exact opposite of what mainstream culture and what you think it is. So, in order to explain this key insight, we have to talk about having, doing, and being. So this is how we, the traditional mindset, this is how we think happiness works. So first, you have something that you want. So if I have a nice car, then I can do the things that I want. So if I have a nice car, then I can drive fast and I can show off to my friends and I can get a nice paint job and have a nice, beautiful car and I tell all my friends about it. So then I can be happy. So what's funny is that how happiness works is actually the exact opposite. First, you have to be happy, then you can, from that state of happiness, then you can do the things that you love to do, which will then attract the things that you want to have into your life. So it's the complete opposite. So normally, we think about having, which leads to doing, which leads to being happy. So if I have a nice, beautiful girlfriend or boyfriend, then I can do a bunch of fun things with them and I can have an amazing life with them. Then I can be happy. Right? Makes sense. That's what we are normally taught and that's what we normally think. But what's funny is that it's actually the exact opposite. The way to be happy is first, you have to be happy with yourself. You have to love where you are in life and you have to accept this present moment and train your mind to accept this present moment and to be grateful for what you have and to be fully fulfilled with just being alive. And from that place of being happy, regardless of the circumstances, so that this type of happiness that I'm talking about is happiness without circumstance. So happiness that doesn't require anything else. So normally we think if I have a nice car, then I'm going to do nice things with the car, then I'm going to be happy. But I'm saying what's true is actually the opposite. If you are happy with nothing, or you're happy with exactly where you are in your life, and you're fulfilled and you're grateful for what you have, what this does is it raises your vibration, it raises your state of being. You're actually happy. Then, from this place of fulfillment, you can do passionate, creative things that are sharing your fulfillment with the world. And then, that creative work that you're doing, that's coming from your place of fulfillment, that is going to attract higher quality relationships. People are going to want to be with you, and people are going to want to pay you to help them because you are contributing value to their lives. So let's get into some examples right now. I'm checking my paper. It's really wet because it's raining outside, but whatever. So all of what I'm talking about right now is boiling down to higher consciousness. So in order to be happy without any type of circumstance, you have to first learn how to raise your consciousness so that you can fully accept this present moment regardless of what type of moment it is or what kinds of things that you have. Whether you have your $1,000 pair of Jordans or not, you're still going to be happy. So most people think that by having nice things, like an expensive watch or a nice girlfriend, then they're finally going to be happy. But when we practice meditation and we practice self-mastery, mastering our emotions, and we learn how to manage our internal energy, then we can be happy without any of these external materialistic things. And then we can use that energy to be creative in our life and to create passionate art and work that is helping the entire world. And then you will have the things that you want. So higher consciousness is the key. Now, a lot of people misunderstand what higher consciousness is because this is something that is not frequently spoken about on your Instagram feed or on your YouTube feed. So, what is higher consciousness? Higher consciousness is a state of being where you basically feel very happy and fulfilled. And these are some of the principles that are correlated with higher consciousness. First, a higher consciousness person is very grateful for what they have. They love what they have. Look at my hands. Oh my God, thank God I have hands. Look at this. This is freaking amazing. Look, the fingers, they move. They're all perfect. I could be missing a finger, but I'm not. They're perfect. My entire body functions amazingly. There's people out there that don't even have legs. And I have legs and hands, and I have nice clothes, and this forest that I'm in right now is so beautiful. Higher consciousness people are super, super grateful for what they already have. And that makes them so happy and fun to be around because they don't need any other things to fulfill them. They're not needy. They love what they already have. Also, higher consciousness people accept and love each moment. And this is super, super difficult, which is why we practice meditation, which is the practice of observing and accepting the present moment, regardless of what type of present moment it is. So higher consciousness people are able to love things that other normal, regular people would typically hate and despise. So if you feel super, super full because you ate way too many chicken wings and your stomach hurts and you're sitting on the toilet and you have diarrhea and you're in a terrible place and it hurts and you have to flush while you're on the toilet and it's disgusting. A higher consciousness person will actually be able to accept and love this moment of suffering. And as we are very serious about our meditation practice and we go on meditation retreats, this acceptance is actualized and embodied in your life. And you become very unmovable. Where if bad stuff happens, or stuff that sets you off course in your life, it doesn't affect you at all. You accept it and you roll with the punches. Also, higher consciousness people have understanding and clarity of what reality is, how their mind works, and what is happening in the present moment. So a higher consciousness person has a lot of clarity about their own thoughts so that they can choose good thoughts that are empowering and make them feel better, and they can ignore thoughts that are telling them that they're nothing and they're not worth it. And also, higher consciousness people are very, very compassionate because their sense of self has been expanded to include the entire world and other people. So higher consciousness people want to help the world, and they understand other people's suffering. That comes from their clarity and their power over their own mind. They can then understand other people's minds, and they can be compassionate and empathetic towards them and help them and lead them towards higher consciousness themselves. Higher consciousness people want to help the world. And what I'm saying right now, to reach higher consciousness is possible for you in this moment, in this present moment. You don't have to be in Hawaii to be happy. You don't have to have the nicest house. As long as you're able to have your basic survival needs met, so food, shelter, and maybe some friends, then you can start to pursue achieving higher consciousness and being fully acceptant of this present moment. So, how does higher consciousness actually practically affect my relationships and my money situation? So, a higher consciousness person is not needy. They don't need someone else in their life to be happy. So a lot of average people are very sad and depressed with their own lives because they haven't trained their mind to accept and be grateful for this present moment with a rigorous meditation practice and also study of their own psychology. Nobody does this. So everyone is very needy and relies on other things to make them happy. So a guy will think that he needs a really, really pretty girl to make him happy. And when you're in this state of being, you're in a low state of being and you act really weird. So let's say you see a really pretty girl and you work up the nerve to go talk to her, but you're really needy and you sense that you really need her. And you put her on a pedestal and you treat her as some goddess, whereas meanwhile she's just a regular person. The girl senses your neediness, and this, if you're familiar with how dating and attraction works, this neediness is like kryptonite for girls. It's the opposite of an attractive man. A man who needs a girl to be happy is literally repelling her from his life. Think about it. Would you want to be around someone who really, really needs you to be happy, and if you're not around, they can't be happy? You don't want that, and nobody wants that. That's why you are so attracted to people who are having fun and just fulfilled and comfortable with themselves, and who accept their present state and don't need you to be happy. They're just happy themselves. These type of people are attractive. They literally attract good things into their life. And the exact same is true for your money situation. So as you work on reaching a state of higher consciousness, you become a lot happier with a lot less money. So you don't need a $100,000 Porsche anymore, and you don't need the most expensive clothes, and you don't need to go drinking and spend $200 every single weekend on bottles. Instead, you are super, super happy with the basics of life, the simple things, like this bird that's chirping in the middle of my video. You start to become more fulfilled with having a lot less, and that, first of all, helps you save your money, and second of all, most importantly, helps you not waste your time in a 9-to-5 job where you're always chasing money. Because people who always chase money and who do things just for money, they actually end up staying broke their entire lives. The people who make the most money are the people who are passionate about their career, because they're pursuing their career not because it makes them money, but because they just love to do it, and because they're so passionate about it. Like how I'm super passionate about creating videos. And when you're super passionate about what you love to do, then you can provide value to people in their life, and you can create beautiful art. And this type of beautiful art is really, really rare. So people will pay a high price for it. Because what normal people are doing is just chasing money all the time, working 9-to-5, trying to get rich quick, doing, having dead-end jobs that are only for the only that they hate, but the only purpose that they have it is so that they can make a little bit of cash. Not that there's anything inherently wrong with that, but if you want to be happy, you have to stop chasing money, and then counterintuitively, the money will actually come as you pursue your creative passion. So that's practically how being in a state of higher consciousness and pursuing self-mastery and emotional mastery, that's how it's going to practically attract higher quality relationships and money into your life. Now, let's talk about the practicals for how to actually raise your consciousness. Now, I can't get into all the nitty-gritty details in this particular video because there's a lot. There's a lot of things you can do for yourself that can raise your consciousness. But I have a quick list right here. First thing to do is you can check out my video, How Meditation Works. Meditation is the #1 tool for raising your consciousness, because literally meditation, the sole purpose of meditation is just to sit and accept the present moment. And that's what you need that skill. You need that skill in order to raise your consciousness and attract abundance into your life. Also, it's important to be grateful for what you have. Write a gratitude list every single morning. When you wake up in the morning, before you check your phone and go on Instagram and look at 6Buzz or your friend's $500 Jordans or what your other friends did at the club last night, instead, what you should do is write in a journal a list of 20 things that you're so grateful for. I'm so grateful that I live in Canada. I'm so grateful that my fingers work. I'm so grateful that I have a toothbrush so that I don't have yellow rotting teeth. Like basic stuff. Be grateful for what you have. Because that gratefulness is removing any type of resistance that you have to the present moment. It's just that gratitude is the vibration of fully accepting the present. Next, you have to constantly be feeding your mind with the highest consciousness material that you can find. Material about self-mastery and self-actualization. One book that you can get for free right now, if you sign up for Audible. I have no affiliation with Audible and I'm seriously missing out on a chance to make a little bit of cash, but it doesn't matter, I don't care. This is how you know what I'm recommending you is good, because I have no affiliation with Audible at all. You can get a free trial on Audible and they give you 1 credit to purchase a free book. And what you can buy is the book Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch on Audible. And this book will absolutely transform your entire life. Change absolutely everything about your life. And I'm going to make future videos about other books that are going to feed your mind with higher consciousness information, and that is going to get you in a state that is going to motivate you to, first of all, pursue your meditation practice, and second of all, it's going to teach you about happiness and how reality works. So the complete Conversations with God on Audible, you can get it for free. For free. Change your entire life. Everything. Answer every single question you've ever had about life. This is one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. Get the entire trilogy for free. Next is you can watch more of my videos, because there's a lot of stuff to know about raising your consciousness. There's a lot of traps, there's a lot of pitfalls. So I'm going to be talking about raising your consciousness in every single one of my videos that comes out. And also, you can go on actualized.org. This website has completely, totally transformed my entire life. There are amazing, life-changing resources and practical advice that is going to get you on this path of self-mastery and raising your consciousness. So check out actualized.org. Again, I'm not affiliated with actualized.org. It's just really changed my entire life, and it'll change yours too if you continually fill your mind with this information every single day, every single week, all the time. Become a student of self-mastery. Another way to raise your consciousness is to try psychedelics properly. Check out my video, How to Do Psychedelics for Personal Development. It'll completely expand your mind and raise your consciousness. This video was inspired by a mushroom trip that I had recently in this very spot that I'm sitting right now. And it'll completely transform your entire life. And then the last thing is to quit any addictions that you have, weed addiction, internet addiction, porn addiction. These things are robbing you of your higher consciousness and are keeping you trapped in cycles of low consciousness. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a lot of value from this video. It took me about 2 hours to finally film it. It's raining right now, so I have to get my bike and go home before I get poured on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this. I'm going to talk about practical tips and mindsets for raising your consciousness and getting what you want in life and living an amazing, passionate life and getting the most out of life so that you don't have to work some stupid 9-to-5 job or be stuck with some dysfunctional relationship, but that you can have an amazing job that you're passionate about, or you can have an amazing relationship, an intimate relationship where you can have amazing sex with your partner and you can experience higher joys that 99% of people are missing out on. So stay tuned for more. Thanks for listening. I'm going to link Conversations with God and other important links in the description. Make sure you check them out. And you have yourself an amazing day.